Well,
Welcome back.
Go ahead, Ori.
Welcome back.
It's fine,
Welcome
it's
back
fine,
to
it's
the
fine.
MCS. Had a little bit of delay. Some reschedules didn't quite come through at the right time, guys. Please make sure you are rescheduled, especially if it's on stream that you're filling in the stream spot with rescheduled match. Anyways, we are here. We found one. Matchup between Duluth Superiors and the Brainerd Victory. We're already behind schedule. I'm not going to bore you with any pregame talk. We're just going to get straight into this match. V15, AO, and GB versus Burr 40 and Rainy Nut. Two very, very solid rosters. I'm already going to get my prediction out the way. I have Superiors in 5. I think they take it in 5 games.
I mean, we're already jumping into this, Ori. Tied at 1-1 apiece. So these games have split. These teams have split games so far, 1-1. Duluth, though, this is a matchup. We're gonna see them again after this on stream, Ori, again. So
right.
I wanted to see them play because they're one of the best offensive teams right now in Challenger, and Brainerd is another team that is sitting actually tied for first atop the entire league at 4-1. So this is two Titans going at each other in Challenger. This is the two best teams right now as far as just on the league statistics go. So I wanted to see what this matchup would hold, and off stream we got into this lobby 1-1, so we were at least able to get in and get you guys something to watch for now until that other matchup comes up. But this one's been a doozy so far, and yeah, I'm happy that we got something to show you guys, because I know you would have gotten bored of the break screen after a while. But Ori, what are you looking forward to in this match? I'm looking forward to just some high-paced Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, we already saw a lot of threatening offensive attacks. Aya with one here, goes for the reset. Two defenders back in the net. Can't get it even past one. Goes high off backboard. Follow-up shots there. GB slots it away. Beautiful pressure. I think just both people back. I think just low boost. Usually you want someone up in the air just to force something so last man doesn't really have to be by himself, Raining out almost getting there in time. But yeah, I think what you're saying, both these teams very offensive, and I think that's just because it's not just the fact that you take a look at these rosters and you can definitely see these players being offensive, but like I think GB's defense is good. I think V15's a very smart defensive player. He very rarely overcommits when he's second or third man. And the other end as well, Rainy Nut and Burf, very defensively capable players. Shot comes through the Rainy Nut, but they're both able to, I think they're just so good at transitioning from that defense to offense, just kind of being able to flip a switch and be able to kind of bait people out and quickly counterattack. So we'll see how, I think we're just going to see who does it better. And right now in this game 3 is the Victory.
I agree. AO off the backboard gets the drop down touch for V15. The double tap from AO comes in with a great passing play. And I like what you said specifically about GB's defense, but about really you talked about every single player. So yeah, I think that overall you're looking at honestly a even matchup when it comes to on the field players wise. You've got so much talent here, some premier experience, two premier victors on previous way back seasons, premier teammates in Burf and AO. They've been on the same team, have won before with each other, and honestly, I think they know exactly how each other play. I don't think there's any mystery when it comes to what you're going to get out of each individual on each day. But Rocket League, to me, just has become a day-to-day game where
definitely
some days you're just playing, out of your mind. It just seems like no matter what you go up against, you're winning. And then there's those days where things just aren't going your way and nothing seems to work. You can't hit the ball. It just seems like it just seems like you just got, it seems like it's your first game all the time. You're never in your confident state. But Brainerd 2-0 lead, in definitely a bit of a confident state here in this third game. If you're just joining us, you missed a laggy 3-0 sweep from the Rochester Rhythm, and then we had to jump over into this match because our other match was a potential forfeit for one team. So we got you some Rocket League regardless, and this is kind of honestly the perfect matchup to get because it's two of the best teams in Challenger going at it, and we're starting at a 1-1 tie, and one of these teams going to go on to match point. But after this series, I'll make sure that we have a match set up for 7:30. It is the Jungle and the Flyers. Of course, St. Cloud sitting in that big giant 8-way tie for pretty much like 4th place already, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Jungle sitting right now
currently
at dead last at 0-5.
Yeah,
so
I can definitely relate to that position this season. It's
indeed.
been rough.
and Jungle with their, did they pick up a player for Parker? I think they did. I think they brought in Torba. They brought in Torba instead of Parker.
Yeah, they brought in Torba.
So, that one, look out for that one. That one's going to be a good match. But yeah, 40 seconds left in game 3. Victory on the standstill here to win and go on to match point.
I just haven't seen a lot of attacks fall through for Duluth right now. They're finding some pressure, but it's very short-lived. They're not, aside from the beginning of the game, they haven't had a lot of good offensive looks, and it's been mostly Brainerd capitalizing. You can definitely see on the stats right now, Duluth only having 2 shots, Renina having the entire shots for his team. No one else even putting up a stat in that category, and I think that's just the story of this right now. Not enough time for Duluth to find anything. They're going to go down, and especially when a series is this close. Game 3, you win that, you get to go on match point, put the pressure on the other side, and that can really swing things. So, yeah, I still stick by my prediction. I still think Duluth will take this in Game 5. They're going to have to win 2 in a row, and in a close series, that's really hard to do. So we'll see what they do.
Yeah, and a 2-0 scoreline here. A.O. Stein not scoring, but getting 2 assists, 2 saves, and 2 shots. So good stat line from the captain of this Brainerd team. GB and V15, though, the 2 goal scorers. And I like how Brainerd plays this, or Ari. They do a very good job of, to me, just giving everyone, the limelight. They give everyone the opportunity to score. They give everyone the opportunity to really just be the hero, be the goal scorer, be the passer. AO is fine with giving his teammates goals. That's what this team, I think, does so well is they don't look for individual credit. That's not their whole idea. Their whole idea is a team win.
Yeah, I mean, AO's 2 assists were off of good solo plays, especially that one where he flip reset it, putting so much pressure on the net. And just the team's ability to follow up. They don't really care who's making the play as long as it just results in a goal. And I think Duluth, they just need to be more opportunistic. They just need to find even that slight little gap of time, and that's kind of all you're going to get sometimes in these lobbies. As they try to recollect themselves going into this Game 4, they're going to need it. If they lose this, they are out of the series. They are done. But I don't think they want that. I think they want this victory, and Victory will try to reinstate their name as Victory to try to win it here. AO's shot, though, not going to find it. V15 hits high. Renina has to pre-jump it, gets the read. V15 staying in the play, gets a huge 50 out middle, double commit. Little miscommunication. 40, though, gets multiple touches. He's hard for AO, but he has a good touch out high, doesn't get the follow. GB's there. Only can get a 50 and it doesn't go favorably. Burf, touch, kind of goes missing. V15 now off the corner, doesn't find it. Past middle, 40 wasn't expecting it. Bit of a misplay out in the middle. Downfield, GB's there, but that's off target. Burf, 50, that's a bit dangerous. 40, good clear off the backboard. AO, middle, Burf can't get there. GB, shots off target. V15 for the follow, and it's not there. And continuing what we saw in Game 3, a lot of victory pressure.
Picking up right where they left off. GB drops it down. 40's there. Turns it to the side. V15 gets a clear. Ceiling touch to himself. Gets by that defender. That was Rainy Nut. Rainy Nut, though, receiving a pass midfield from Burf. Nearly falls on the ball. Gets a dunk. 40. Massive touch off the backboard. That's going to be it. It's all the way in from the midfield. And 40 opens the scoring for the Duluth Superiors.
Very, very reminiscent of a shot we saw in Rising Star where it went. That was top right corner. That one going top left.
I mean, he just
pretty
picks
much
his
the same spot on the field.
Yeah, he just picks his spot for it. It doesn't matter where it's going. It's going one way or another. It's going in the net. So, 40 going to get the scoring started. A off the backboard, double tap. Gets it out for GB. GB off the backboard as well. Look for V15's follow-up. There it is. Gets into the corner, but he's beaten by Burf to the ball. Huge play. Will save a possible open opportunity for the victory. Rainy Nut trying to go over the top of GB. Gets the bump on AO. AO misses the touch. 40, 50 with V15. AO up quick to get it off of Burf's car. Now GB and AO falls on the ball. Both players from
All
the
three
victory
players.
go. That's all three. It's a full commit. 40 can't put it on target though. He's gonna want that one back because that was a full 3-on-0 that is completely squandered by Duluth Superiors.
I mean, he hits that top left, but God forbid he has to shoot an open. It's too much.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, it was behind his car. He didn't really have any boost to match the speed of the ball. But I mean, you have two teammates mid. He can pass it. It's unfortunate, but I mean, it's not going to affect him too much. They still have a 1-goal lead. Can't let that stay in your head, and I don't think they will. He's up quick for that one. Forces over to Burf, who gets it around V15, but he gets bumped off the ball. Can't find AO on the bump. All three players overcommitted again. Rainy Nut has time in his corner. He likes to take it. Low boost. 50 doesn't quite go his way. 40 has to cover for him and does. Beautiful dunk by Rainy. Slows down this offensive attack by a lot. AO pushing up too far into that. GB. 50 out mid. That goes neutral, actually. I thought at least would have had a counterattack off of that. 40. Big miss on the backboard. Pass too far over the head of the receiver. This is open for a counterattack. Burf back to 40. Puts it onto the backboard. Rainy Nut kind of awkward. Places out to the side. Well, supposed to put it middle for his teammate. All he can get is a 50. Burf now has to go get in the corner. Huge pop out. AO isn't ready for it. No one back. Bit scary looking. And, you know, if you're Duluth, this even play is exactly what you need, especially when you have right now a 2-goal lead. 40 makes up for the open net miss. He slots this one. Makes it a 2-goal lead.
Great shot from 40. Puts that underneath. Catches V15 lacking. 128. Looking at a game 5. Don't go out a lot of time or the Brainerd victory. But Indiana wins the kickoff. AO off the backboard. Won't make any contact. Does not make any contact on his second touch either. Burf beats 2 players off the sidewall. Now AO last back. Doesn't have a ton of boost. Won't be able to work his way quite out of the half as V15 50s 40. GB past 1.
Oh.
He catch the entire team. He passes it to Rainy Nut because he thinks he's got a teammate middle. He doesn't. V15 off the backboard. 40 clears it long. Burf gonna almost confirm a pretty much a clean sweep of a defensive play from the Duluth Superiors, who took almost no offensive pressure from that. But right back in the end are the Brainerd victory. They're gonna press forward, try and find that 1 goal that they need to even have a chance at this game, but time ticks away right now. AO, great pass to GB, but Rainy Nut stands in the way, and the defense from Duluth stepping up here in game number 4.
I think they're being a little bit more patient. You see him comfortable, able to slow down when they kind of realize that a clear or midfield pass is coming, just trying to read it. That being said, the misplay on the back line, but yeah, I saw that pass was red, not because someone, you know, predicted the future, but they were just sitting patient in their net. They had a good vision in the midfield. They saw it brewing, and they were able to get in the way of it. And that's right now securing them for this game 4. They're being patient. They're just taking this 2-goal lead, and they're riding it all the way to the end, man. Trying to make it 3, but it's just too low on the goal line. But, you know, what's a 2-goal win versus a 3-goal win? Points in this season definitely have changed a little bit. You either get all of them or none of them. And right now, Duluth trying to take that 5 points. It doesn't matter if it's a game 5 or a sweep. You still get the same amount, and the other team gets absolutely nothing. So
we'll put it lightly, Ori.
I'm just being real out here. I mean, those game 5s, it's just so much more tough because you take especially what we did, take a really high seed team, take 5 games, and if you lose,
you don't get anything out of it.
You don't get anything. I mean, you can say, "Oh,
you feel like you did something." You know, you feel like you.
Yeah.
You feel like you were there. You were definitely there. I mean, you were there. You're playing it, but you feel like you were there in the sense that you pushed them to their limit. You didn't quite get them, and you don't get anything out of it. That's just the tough part of these things. Great shot out of midfield from GB. Gets the first on the board. B15 just bumps 40 into the ball. Rainier gets caught, and Burf is dusted to the ball. Brainerd up 1 in game 5.
Only 6 seconds into the game, though. So much time for a Duluth response. The kickoff doesn't go favorably, though. Burf gets to say clear out. V15 on the back line gets a huge boom up. No one there to receive it. Rainy Nut has to control this. Gets it at least over AO. 2 players go. Burf has to make a touch here, or he will get beat. GB finds that tight angle. Burf made it as hard as he possibly could, but it just wasn't enough. And now all of a sudden they have a 2-goal lead just 20 seconds into the game.
I mean, I didn't see the shot right away. I couldn't tell what the angle was from my view of Burf, but I didn't think that Burf was going to be completely dunked on over the top of that.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think that it could be... I feel like that was not an open of an opportunity as we saw from the stream's view, but that was a great shot. Now a great follow-up from AO. Hits the bar down, and that would have been a 3-goal lead. Now 45 seconds into this game, and Brainerd comes out swinging right away. A long clear downfield. AO has a follow-up touch. Can't get back to it, though. Rainy, not huge clear from the Duluth Superiors defense. And I think overall, Ori, we're seeing some incredible offensive chances from the victory right away in this game 5. They don't wait. They come out swinging, and that's the thing with game 5s is you can win them in the first 2 minutes if you're good enough, if you're strong enough already right off that kickoff. And
yeah, to credit of the victory, that shot over Burf was definitely a hard one to hit. AO just no boost, can't get there. Burf making it as awkward as he can, but it was off of a double commit in the corner from Duluth. Maybe a little bit nervous, obviously, in a game 5 that they're being streamed on, but they're not going down without a fight. They make it a 1-goal game with so much time left on the clock, and they find a way back into this game. The momentum, they're not letting it tip too far out of their favor. The kickoff, though, definitely not in it. 40 does get a good 50 out middle, only goes as far as V15, who hits it over to GB. Shot not there, pass just a bit too long. That pass as well, that was a self pass. 40 just beats the defender, can't quite get the double. The shot is there. Sorry, the pass, he looks to pass it instead. Burf just wasn't ready for it. 40, big clear. GB overcommitted at least a little bit. Now, Demo threatening on the net. The net's open, they pass it over middle. No one's there to get quick enough. AO rotated back in time to get it. Now he's by himself. He gets demoed. 40 gets the beat, just barely skimming it by GB's car. And now all of a sudden it's a tie game in game 5.
Deletion is what I gotta say for the Superiors. They hit the delete key. They delete Brainerd off the field. And, you know the saying, if you can't get by him, you might as well go through him.
Can't beat him, delete him.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't beat him, delete him. So, good pre-jump touch, I think. But did they catch 40 out? They almost did. B15, is he there to follow it? He is. He's been the primary shooter for this Brainerd victory team so far this season. It's been AO setting B15 and GB up for the shots, but GB has the 2 goals here in game 5, so B15 still has to come alive here in this game if Brainerd wants to win this. He was huge in their game 5 win last week and the week before that, so he's got to make an impact here, and he looks to make it happen. 2 players go on Duluth. Touch off the backboard from GB. Nail, follow it. Another double commit / triple commit almost from the Duluth Superiors on their back line. Good touch underneath. GB will go missing. Still 2 minutes left in this game 5, Ori, and we haven't seen neither team break this deadlock just yet.
Yeah, I think the momentum hasn't swayed too much, and see a little bit of panic from Duluth that might come back to bite him. That pass goes middle, but AO just not confident enough to go for that. Rennie Nut was in the way. He likes to play it slow, catching the entire defense off guard. Pass middle, shot, 2 defenders there. 40 elects to go up as third, and it works to Burf off the crossbar. All 3 Duluth players go for the shot. Someone has to get back in time. Burf caught the overcommit in time, rotates back quick enough. That goes high to the backboard, no one covering it. 2 players go again, but it doesn't matter as they still get a good touch despite the double commit. Burf, that touch though not there. 40 turns for him, gets a beat. GB easily cleared away. And like you said, just a big stalemate. AO looking to break it with a double tap. And he takes the lead in game 5 with a beautiful pass from GB in the midfield.
Minute 23 left. AO Fry himself walks through the defense, gets the double over top. The number 2 pick in the Challenger draft, showing why he was picked number 2. Has his team up. Has to step up in game 5 and does exactly that. Now he's last back. Open shot for 40.
No.
It's a crossbar and Burf's there to tie it up. 10 seconds later. And the Superiors don't even wait.
Oh, I feel bad for 40. That was a beautiful corner read. I have no idea how he got there quick enough. Almost put it top right, but Burf able to rebound, kind of what you saw out of Victory in game 3, just kind of following each other's shots up. And you can especially see that with the way their demo rotation. As soon as they smell blood in the water, they absolutely go in for the kill. Demo rotations are so deadly. And right now, though, it's only just gotten them the tie. They need to get the lead here. Burf trying to do that. 40 able to follow that one. V15 in a good spot. Pops it up for AO. Almost gets the beat on ball. Not quite. That 50's dangerous. GB with a huge beat. Doesn't have the boost to follow. 40. Free ball. Tries to pop it up for the double. Burf there for the rebound. Pops up. 40. Can he get anything here? Decides to pop it middle. 2 players there. Rainy Nut trying to bait them out. Take control in the corner. I like this play from Duluth. Not being panicky on defense. They get it around 1. AO there to get back in time. Now 40, what he can do, pass middle. V15's there to cut it off. That shot's just going to be light. Burf pass over middle. And I can't really see this one going either way right now. Both teams are so even in this game 5, tied 3-3.
Burf not the best touch though. Ends up in a drop down for 40. AO is demoed. 40 hits the backboard. Burf's there, but he hits it right to V15 on the backboard. Now 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. It hits the corner and it goes down. Overtime in game 5. Ori, it's anybody's ball game. This is right down to the wire. This is as close as you can possibly be. Victory playing for a 5-1 match record. Superior's looking to turn them to 4-2 and turn themselves to 4-2. AO gonna pop it up, will be demoed by 40. Rainy Nut, not the best touch. Won't get much out of it. V15, good pop touch to himself. Looks to follow up, gets underneath 1. Burf though, stalwart defense, tries to get over AO but can't do it. 40 has no boost here. This is huge. Infield pass, Rainy Nut though, long clear downfield. Duluth is clearing their lines when they need to, and it's working out for them on defense so far.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't have asked for a better game. 5 overtime. It ends so quickly though. Just 40 seconds in, and it's kind of a twist of fate. 40 being the last one back, just didn't get the control touch he wanted. Popped off his car. Rainy Nut just barely couldn't get back in time, and I mean that's just unfortunate. Just a one mistouch and it's all over the entire series, and all your points are gone just in the snap of a finger. And I think Duluth are gonna want that one back. That was just a really unfortunate way to end it.
I agree. That was a great
series,
series to get into. I'm glad we were able to get into a series. I think that overall, I think that us being able to jump into that one, that was a great series for us to get into. Ori, low-key, couldn't have been any closer though.
Bit of an omen for the other one to
agreed
not be said properly.
Yeah, and GB though, 3 goals on 3 shots, stepped up in game 5, started hitting shots. V15 was 0 for 3, but that's what I said about this Brainerd Victory team. Even when one player is not, doing the most in the important games, another one steps up, and it's why they're 5-1 on the season. It's why they're one of the best in Challenger right now. And I'm glad that we got a match to show on stream and able to get one for you guys to look at. But overall that was a good one, Ori. I don't know, what are your thoughts before we jump into the next one that's after it? The next one going to be obviously the Flyers versus the Jungle. That one should be a good one, but what are your thoughts on that last series so far? What do you think made the difference? I mean, game 5 overtime, it's hard to say if there was a difference.
I just think it was the defense. I think Duluth just looked, I think not even in just that game 5, I think it stuck out like a sore thumb more in game 5, especially with triple commits, but throughout the entire series, they got scored on a lot just due to double commits, and I don't know if it was just miscomms or someone just not saying something or both players kind of going for the same ball. It happens, but a lot of it just, that double commit, sure, sometimes you get a good touch and you get the clear, but both players are expending so much boost to go for the ball that no one's there to follow it. Your second man, instead of trying to go upfield or follow your first man's clear, ends up just double. You're basically just wasting a player.
Exactly.
And I think that really hurt their
yeah.
that hurt their counter attack opportunities a lot, and it opened up a lot of space for Brainerd to get their counterattacks off those
capitalized.
Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, especially with that close of a series, I think it was just the double commits on defense.
I think that's what really for me was the issue is, I mean, you saw multiple times really Brainerd not double committing and Duluth being the team to double commit. And it just killed them at that point. You know, it was the reason why they lost that game 4 or why they lost that game 3, excuse me, was the just the small things, the very, very small things, Ori, that really just turned into a giant mistake. I'm not saying they lumped together. I'm just saying they become the reason why you see a victory in the column, or a win in the column for the victory, and a loss in the column for the Superiors. But Jungle and Flyers coming up next. This one for sure going to happen on stream. Those players obviously, hopefully, ready to go. But yeah, I got a confirmation from both of those teams. So yeah, Laurie, are you looking forward to anything in this series? I know you're casting it, so you can't give away too much.
I mean, I want to see what the Jungle have in store. I want to see them regain. They're in just such a tough spot right now. I don't know what the structure is later in the league for play-ins, but I know that you got to be in the top 4th of the league, and right now they are nowhere near it. So they're gonna need to start getting wins, and they're gonna need to start getting them soon because they're running out of time with the season right now.
Exactly, and with us having only a certain amount of weeks, but we do have there are double headers, Ori, and
right.
Challenger and Rising Star obviously having double headers every single week. So yeah, I think that overall you're looking at this from. They need a turnaround win, and they kind of need it right now. You're running out of time completely, and this is the time to do it. So, yeah, we're gonna jump to a short break. We got. I should have everything fixed for this next series. I'll just check really quickly. Looks to be correct, but yeah, I think that looking forward to a good one in that it's the Flyers series to lose and it's the Jungles series to pull out a win from the ashes of hell. That's what I'll say. 0-5 is a tough thing to deal with. I mean, you can only do so much, and I mean, you give the Jungle credit. They got this. I think that they're going to put up a fight here, and I'm excited to see what happens. But we're going to throw it to a very, very short break. We'll see you guys when that match comes up. Shouldn't be too long, about 5 minutes.
This feels a little too perfect how we are now. You think I throw a little caution, but I don't want this to change. Been waiting too long for a moment like this. Said that you won't leave, better off with me. The kind of feeling I can't explain. Like how it feels drenched in the moonlight. Like how it feels under the stars. A step out of bounds with our own plight. A push towards the peace in the hearts. If it rains down all on us, drown out the noise, and I'll trust the mirror. Like how it feels drenched in the moonlight, like how it feels under the stars. A step out of bounds with our own plight, a push towards the peace in the hearts. If it rains down all on us, drown out the noise, and I'll trust the mirror, mirror on the wall. Is it fair to watch me fall, broken up in pieces? Can you see me bleeding? Mirror, mirror, tell me please, if these broken memories are enough to break free. Will it fix us slowly? Will it fix us? Mirror, mirror on the wall, is it fair to watch me fall, broken up in pieces? Can you see me bleeding? Mirror, mirror, tell me please, if these broken memories are enough to break free. Will it fix us slow? Mirror, mirror on the wall, is it fair to watch me fall, broken up in pieces? Can you see me bleeding? Mirror, mirror, tell me please, if these broken memories are enough to break free. Will it fix us slowly?
We gon' make you move. We gon' make you lose. We gon' make you move. So baby, let's open tonight. Let me get funky. Let me get funky. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more. So baby, let's orbit tonight. Let me get funky.
Let's lose our mind.
Let me get funky. Let me get funky.
Some teenage paradise. We laughed until the sunrise. Nowhere to go, just drive. Lost in the look in your eyes. I miss those nights when I loved you. I've been thinking and I know that love is so bad. And after all that we've been through, I know for sure that there is nobody else. I miss those nights when I loved you. I've been thinking and I know that love is so bad. And after all that we've been through, I
Hello. We're
Well,
live. A bit of a longer break than expected. I'm Sorcerer. Which way's Ari? This way's Ari. How you doing so far?
I'm doing pretty well. Last I was not ready for how intense of a series that was gonna be. Um, but yeah, Jungle looking to get regained, I think, off of their season so far. They did end up losing their series earlier today in 5 games, which is um definitely a lot better than they've been doing. Taking any team, especially like a top half team, to 5 games. Definitely good luck, and I want to see what they do going into this against Flyers, who aren't. Let me look here. They aren't the highest. They're dead middle of the pack right now, 8th place, 3-2, tied with a lot of teams. So if Jungle can at least get one win, it just puts. They need to start winning games, because if they go 0-2 this week, they have to get multiple 2-0s in order just to contend for play-ins. So it's going to take a lot. I don't think it's impossible. I think especially with Torva, I think Torva is a great addition to this team. I think it's going to help pretty much everybody in this roster. I'm really surprised. I don't know if it's because he joined late or what, but I'm really surprised he didn't get drafted Chow initially. I'm pretty sure it's because he joined late. But yeah, I really want to see what that roster does. And on the side of Flyers, you have Prussia, Tricky, and Lord. That's just a good, solid all-around roster. Prussia has a lot of experience in the league. Lord having a little bit of experience as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think that Jungle can take this. I think out of all the series they're playing today, I think this is one they definitely can do. And yeah, they just need to get a win. I mean, I think Atlas look like a more scary roster, in my opinion, than Flyers do. And I'm not saying that in a negative way towards Flyers. I just think that, I mean, if you look at, I mean, their peak player is higher. Their third is higher ranked. Like, it's, if you just look at it on the sheet, they just look like a more intimidating roster. The fact that it took them to 5 games, I think they can do damage to Flyers. I think that they can pull out their first win of the season. And it's kind of, you're in a situation where your Flyers, I mean, there's so much pressure on you too, because you don't want to lose to the lowest ranked team, and they have an opportunity to put themselves in the top half of the league. So we'll see. I think that will affect their mental, and we'll see what happens. I think all Jungle has to do is just play solid, and that might just throw Flyers off enough for them to take the series win.
Yeah, I mean, in a series like this where you have a highly contested mid-pack team like the Flyers and a bottom-pack team as the Jungle, really you just want to see a clean series from the Flyers. A clean 3-0 here will give them some confidence going forward in their future matchups, and usually the matchups like this kind of determine your very close seeding towards the end of the season, how clean you are against those bottom teams, and then how tenacious you are against those top teams. So yeah, if you're the Flyers, I think you want to get away here with a 3-0 or 3-1. If this goes to 5, gotta not be happy with that performance. And as for the Jungle, like you were saying, Ari, we're still relatively early in the season. There are still some matches left to go, but you don't want to have to come back and be forcing yourself to win every single match remaining. You want to start picking some up early enough so you can get the ball rolling and find your stride. But more importantly, Ori, the players are ready. They're loaded into the field. We'll be starting real soon. We just need one more come on, Stratus, just drop in. There we go. Okay, all 6 cars in the lobby. I'm excited for this one. Game 1, no substitutions. First kickoff underway. Let's kick it off.
Our big kickoff win already to start this off. Prussia quick on the ball. Doesn't make contact. No one back yet. And no one on the Jungle, I think, was expecting that whiff. But Stratus with a big double tap off the crossbar power. Can't follow it up. 2 whiffs in front of the net. And it's just wide open. Torva just going to block it in the open net. And they start off game 1 with a big statement. That's a big double bump. I mean, there's so much pressure already. And you see in their player cams, they're very hyped up. They're ready for this. And I mean, like I said, if you're Flyers, it's like, if Jungle contend with you, that's just so much mental mind games. Because again, last seeded team, you're trying to break up into the top half. If some team like this starts, being a challenge for you, how's that going to affect the way you play? And with that save, it doesn't look like it's affecting too much right now. Stratus looking Try to make this a 2-goal lead. Musty flick goes high, no one there.
Bit too early for one of those, but I like the thought process. And something else you might need to mention here is, there might be a little bit of an icing effect here, right? The Flyers were ready to go on time, while the Jungle was still sorting out their last match. And I definitely feel like we're seeing a disparity in speed. The Jungle seem warmed up, and they are capitalizing on their early advantage.
That shot was decent from Power. Pressure was there. I thought he had to save it. Just didn't look like he had the momentum on his car to get enough power on it to get it off the net, and they go up 2-0 only a minute into the game. Absolutely no response right now from Flyers. They've just been on their defensive half this entire time, and this is definitely not the way I was expecting it to going for the Flyers. I thought they would at least have at least something on offense by now, but right now it's just all of Jungle. That one goes missing. I have no idea how that one doesn't find the back of the net. Big demos coming out, just couldn't capitalize off of it. Torva tries to keep it in, but he's just low boost. There's a demo. Tricky now with a little bit of space. That shot's just light. Stratus easily clears away. Torva, big beat on Prussia. He stays with it though. Hard and awkward spot, but he gets a touch. No follow, just tries to continue through the play. Lord, 50, not going his way. Torva trying to win the foot race to the ball and does. Tricky. Bit of an awkward landing. Prussia now by himself. Gets beat, goes middle. Stratus isn't there. Power turns, shot. Not on target. Tricky. Awkward pop away, but Lord's there with a big clear and a little bit more of an evening out right now in this game.
Yep, Flyers are finding their stride, but not really finding their way out of their own half here. Torva will fake and try and turn around for this. Actually gets the ball across the net, but his teammates were already rotating out, and now it's Tricky. Beating one, can't beat two. Double commit from the Flyers on the attacking third. Got to be real careful with those. You'll find yourself punished real quick, but Tricky bonding nicely here, trying to keep it in, and now getting beat out by Power. We'll look to get the back boost and rotate out back on defense. It's kind of devolving into a game of ping pong. No goals in the last minute and a half. Jungle still up 2-0, and the Flyers really just chasing shots.
Yeah, and their offense I just haven't seen like anything come out of their offense so far in game one. I think that might be just like the icing, like you said. I think maybe they come out later in this game, maybe more into game two. more into game two with a bit more oomph. Because right now they barely look to get out of their own half. Nothing they're doing is really working, and Jungle have them so contained right now and so controlled. As I say that, Tricky does break out of it. He doesn't have any boost though. Prussia follow off the backboard. Bit of a risky commit from Lord, but he gets a winning 50. Power there, so is Prussia. Torva with a big miss. Prussia can't find the mid pass though. Stratus. Big clear out to relieve some pressure. Lord stopping the counter attack, and Flyers falling right back into the spot they've seen themselves all game.
Yep, maybe a shot here though, almost. Nice little attempt there on the transition, and with 90 seconds left to go, it's Stratus getting beat in the midfield. Power will leave it for Torva, popping up for a dribble, and we see a double demo through the smoke cloud. It's Power catching it, gets bumped off the ball. Flyers getting pretty physical here, but still no goals to their name. Now ball's gonna come center, shot will be wide.
Oh no.
And Torva will clear this out. It's Power in a 1v1. But they hit it right into Tricky, who just takes them off the map. 60 seconds left to go here. Jungle still up 2-0 and still pressuring the Flyers, but now finally getting a chance to break out.
They finally find a good shot attempt, but it's just not on target. Just off the post too, and it bounces weird. No rebound able to come through, and they're gonna need to find some quick goals here. This might be one. Tricky though is absolutely denied by Stratus. The pressure still on. Pressure shot blocked by Torva. Tricky keeping it in, shots on target.
Ooh.
Stratus with another big save. I thought that was no idea how I got back to that one in time. Lord a little bit awkward off that bump. Doesn't get the follow. Power just keeping the pressure. Stratus drop down, doesn't find his way. Tricky now trying to get it downfield. That touch isn't there. Puts Prussia in an awkward spot. Triple passing play though. Torva holding his line. Gets the catch, gets the counterattack. But Tricky staying attentive, not overcommitting. Lord shot not finding its way, and I think Flyers, that's all they're going to have for this game. They had good attempts at the end, but it just wasn't enough, and they don't even find one on the scoreboard.
There we go. Jungle close out a clean sheet game one here, and yeah, that game definitely felt like two different stories, right? The first half, it was the Jungle playing with speed, playing with pressure, racking up the shots, racking up the goals. I was actually tracking this, Ari. The Flyers had 2 shots until the last minute and a half where just a flurry came in there. So, yeah, the first half owned by the Jungle, second half a lot more even back and forth. We were talking about this during the game. I'm really excited to see how this game 2 will turn out because I feel like that will be the best showcase for what this series will truly be.
I mean, the main reason why Flyers didn't find anything was Stratus had 5 saves. He almost had 2 savior medals that game. That's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, like you said, I think that it's just I didn't see too many shots for Flyers, but I think towards the end of the game, they got more warmed up, they got more in the rhythm of things, and they ended up finding at least opportunities on the net. And I think that's good for them going into game 2 here. I think they're gonna just kind of say, "Oh, this is a warm up game. It's whatever." We do have a lobby change, so it will be a little bit longer until the start of the next game. But yeah, I think that they're gonna use this pressure they had. If they played like they did in the last minute of that game, I think they definitely at least score once, if not more. Just the fact that it took them so long to warm up, I think they just kind of gotta, like I said, they just gotta take that momentum into game 2.
Yep, I mean, I got another stat for you, Ari. For the first 3 minutes, the Flyers had more double commits than shots. I was also keeping track of those. So, yeah, this game 2, again, this will be pretty important. I'm going to be looking at the Jungle to kind of keep the Flyers on the back foot, though. Keep them tilted. Don't let them actually get into a fine rhythm. This is when you really want to start throwing some curveballs, going for the demo plays, going for the passing plays. Just keep that momentum you built in game 1, and don't let the Flyers find a footing.
Yeah. I will say though, they look to be a lot less controlled. Like I said, once Flyers actually started heating up, they started putting shots, started finding each other. Jungle looked to be more on the back foot. It was, Jungle were on the offense for 4 minutes of that game, but when they weren't, it was really dominant from Flyers, and I just think most of that's just chalked up to game 1. I think game 1s in best of 5 series are always sometimes just so random. Torva.
I wish they could see lobby chat.
Torva, and I quote, says, "Dude, I have to poop, so they gotta join fast," and like caps in the fast, bro. Like, and he's screaming at us that they have to join.
Oh, hey, I mean, out of game pressure can have an effect on your gameplay. We'll have to see if the Jungle can hold it for 2 more games.
Just like how Torva might have to hold his game 2.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. They do join up. Yeah, maybe if you see Torva a bit off, you might know why. He's gonna drop a bomb, hopefully on his net, not his gaming chair, and gonna go into game 2. Lord, starting off the pressure quickly for Flyers, picking up right where they left off. Tricky shot already. Stratus having to make a save. Lord pop up high, no one up. Drops it down low. Torva reading that, though, being patient in the net. Gets the follow. Bit off. Stratus there, though. Torva right there to receive the pass. The shot's there! And I thought that... What? I thought Torva got a touch here to get it around off this jump, but... I mean... What?
Oh... Yeah, I just checked. Yeah, pressure was boostless after that play there, so they just did not have enough to actually get contact, and I think they faked out their teammates.
Yeah, and that's just... This was unfortunate. Tricky just... I think he was cheating forward front post, expecting at least a 50, but... Not really how you want to start out a game, but they can't let that affect them. They got to keep up this pressure.
Oh, some pressure here. Maybe if Lord can find a teammate. No. Finds a 50, and now breakaway. It's Stratus looking to go for a shot, actually almost faking out the defense, but this time getting a connection. Now another center ball. Lord pulling out of the first touch now to ground it and try and get a dribble going. Okay, a little slow here. Very cool. Okay, now they're just getting beat out by power. The Flyers are taking a bit too long, it seems like, to get out of their own third, and the Jungle just not letting them escape.
Yeah, and I would think in going into game 2, I thought that Flyers were going to be bringing more of that
Oh.
offense that we saw. That's a big team pinch just off target. Keep speed on the ball. Stratus pinch. Lord doesn't find the pass. Fake. Leaves it for Prussia to the double tap. Gets it around Power. It's off the crossbar. Torva. A little bit awkward in the air. Does get it around 1. Gives space on the ball. He's 0 boost though. Beautiful 50. Stays behind the ball. Baits out 2 defenders though. Lord. Big 50. Maybe a counterattack. 2 players going for Flyers. Like you said, the double commits just not working. That's a triple commit there in the corner. Just a bit of a miscomposure right now from Flyers, and I think this is what's killing their counterattacks right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting trapped in their own half. They get it out, but it's just a long bomb, and so it's really hard to maintain any significant pressure. Passing play attempt, tricky to lower to Prussia, but the defense is there first. Not the touch they want, though. It's bouncing towards their net, and the save coming through. Now a demo on the third. It's Torva dodging a demo and getting a pop out towards a teammate. Gonna be high in the middle here. And a touchdown, a chance maybe for the Flyers to get something else going here, but Prussia with no boost. I don't have much faith in that dribble, and they get punished for it. But Lord here, keeping this back in, and again, Torva, the Flyers they just keep giving the ball away, and the jungle keep pushing it back in.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it might just be a little bit of that mental game. I think all Jungle had to do was play solid, and I think it would just throw off Flyers. I know you can say to yourself, oh, you know, we have to treat this team with respect even though they're last place, but I think subconsciously it just takes a toll. And right now I think that's really showing themselves. They're getting, I think the right word is just desperate. They just want to find the back of the net. They have yet to do that right now in this series. They are 0 for God knows how many shots right now, and it's just not not looking good for their offense. I mean, they're finding the shots this game. I think they're even with Jungle. They're all about even right now. They're just 1 shot behind, but just nothing to show for it. And they, aside from the last game, it was the last minute, and this game it was the first minute. But aside from that, it hasn't been anything up until this point. That was a beautiful ceiling pass coming from Lord, staying on the ball, getting it around 2 people. Absolute dime right onto Tricky's car. He places it right at Stratus, but Stratus is too awkward to regain, and they tie the game.
Yeah, that's what we needed to see. They're not long bombs off the backboard and shots from crazy angles, just creative passing plays and nice solo plays. Great to see that from Lord and Tricky. Monstrous performance so far. With 90 seconds left, though, Lord looking to put the Flyers in the lead here. Ball still in a bad spot here. Tricky flies by. Precious shot, though. Okay, that was a little dicey, but they capitalized.
Yeah, that was I think maybe just a miscommunication. I think Precious called I got it, and Tricky just trying to leave the ball for him. I don't really know what that was, but it did end up working out. I do like the play from Lord, though, to pass it off the backboard, and they find themselves with the first lead in the series, and it took them a game and a half to score, but once they did, all of a sudden now they look to be in control. Prussia trying to keep that pressure. Another pass off the backboard. Lord fakes it for Tricky. Very similar play to what we saw before, but not biting any defenders. Power big clear off his line. Prussia, no double tap coming. Lord, and now Flyers look a lot more comfortable after finally finding the back of the net.
It's so hard to tell sometimes if the Flyers are truly faking it or if they're just flying by the ball still because they're not fully there yet here. Wow, everyone faking it. Just a shot on net goes in somehow. That was one of the plays of all time in MNC.
Every single person on the Flyers backflip.
Yeah,
they all went for the ball and they all backflipped. Every single one of them. That was. I don't really know what that was, but I know what it was, and that was a Jungle goal. And it was Flyers with another. I mean, it was off of a double commit. That's why they were so awkward. Prussia almost takes it all the way himself. Stratus, no follow, leaves it open for Lord's shot, but it's off the mark. Hop goes out. Prussia in a 1v1. Lord putting pressure on Torva. The musty flick. Pass to dodge the bump and does what a beautiful stand on the goal end from Prussia. Not being phased at all. Tricky. Big 50. Prussia doesn't get the touch. Lord cannot react in time. And now all of a sudden Jungle sneak their way back into this game just at the last couple seconds.
Oh, yeah, Prussia, I gotta check. Nope, 0 boost. Again, awkward positioning. Not a lot of boost. Hard to clear from that spot. But with 13 seconds left, 1 goal down. If they get a good kickoff here, they might be able to get something here. They win the kickoff. It's Prussia's shot. It's going to get saved by Power. Still some time here on the clock, though. Tricky giving away to Power some 50-50-50. It's one out through by Lord. Tricky's going for some bump plays. Power with the clear out ball still in the air. Extra cricklers now. Prussia back flipping. Shot high above the net. 2 cars up from the jungle. Now look to clear it out. Prussia now trying to catch it. It's just Prussia with the flick. Oh, with the save. And the jungle move up 2-0 in the series.
My prediction for the series probably would have, I didn't say it, but I probably would have had Flyers in 4. I know you said you wanted them a clean sweep, but I just think that the roster move jungle would at least take 1 game, especially going to game 5 against the other team. But right now, Flyers are down 2-0. It might go the exact complete opposite way that you had it you had it going, where jungle just sweep Flyers, but that was a lot closer of a game than last one. Flyers actually able to score the ball. Maybe they're just taking it 1 game at a time. Maybe 1 game they start at square 0 and then they go to square 1. They actually shoot the ball and score it, and now they're at square 2 where they're having to get their defense together. And I think if they do both, I think if they had kind of the defense that they had in. And they haven't had really good defense either of these games. A lot of goals on Flyers have just been really. It's just been really awkward double and triple commits, backflip, 0 boost plays. It's just not been looking that good.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder. The defense they gotta clean up. The passing plays they gotta clean up. The attacking plays, just overall, they have to go back to what worked there, right? The actual passing plays, the creative dribbles in the sidewalls and the opposing corners here. Don't just do long bombs. Build some pressure and transition that through into the attacking third, and you might be able to start battling back, but we'll have to take it 1 game at a time as game 3's underway, and already the jungle with a great kickoff here.
Lord. Bit of threatening out of his own net, trying to pass it to a teammate on his back line. So much pressure from jungle. They're starting out hot. They just want to put this series to bed. Stratus with a beautiful find from Orva, who rebounds off that touch, stays on the backboard, and Stratus just, you can ask for a better pass than that. Just sat it on his lap right in front of the goal line.
Yeah, Director Cam really faked us out there until the replay. I was like, wait, how did Torva find it from that angle? Just good mechanics to land on the wall, and then awareness of their teammates still attacking. Goes for the pass, and for the 3rd time, Jungle have themselves a nice lead pretty early in. But it's Lord looking to tie things up here in Prussia. Wow, over 3 defenders will tie the game up.
Speaking of triple commits, here comes one out from the jungle. Double right there, and triple coming through here. Prussia finding that through over the entire roster, pretty much the only spot he could have shot it at, and he finds it. Now, all the 30 seconds that we just saw got erased. 1-1 tie game. What do these teams have in store? Tricky has a beat on the kickoff. Pass off the backboard. It's a bit light power. Reads that beautiful 50. Pressure with so much space on the ball, though. Pops it up high. Stratus already up in the air. Pre-jump off the ceiling. Follow-up not there. Leaves it for Torva. Puts it on the backboard. Pass down to his teammate. Power shot denied by Lord. Jungle looking, coming out hot. Not with that whip, though. That's a pass. That's a bump. Lord, beautiful follow-up from the pass. Absolute amazing find on the counterattack. Trusted his teammate, shaded up in the midfield. And speaking of passing plays, he got a touch on that, but that's just an absolute menace of a play. I don't really know if he was going for a bump on over, going for the ball, but it ended up working out, and all of a sudden they have a lead.
Ground-to-air missile Lord takes out the defense, and now the Flyers have themselves another 2-1 lead. Their 2nd of the series to see if they can expand that a bit further, or at least hope to hold on to it. Again, down 2 games in this best of 5. They cannot afford too many mistakes. They do have themselves a cushion here in game 3, but if they keep double committing and triple committing like we saw in game 1 and 2, then oh boy, this series could be over before we know it. As Lord trying to find an angle here for a passing play. It's pressure up to Lord. This will be a double touch off the backboard if they can find a no touch. Torva now clearing it out for Stratus in the corner. They've got the collection. They've got the dribble coming here. They beat the defense, but they're not there on the attack. The jungle, we're still scrambling to build their siege camp.
Yeah, and just boss in transition. Stratus thinking he had someone middle, but no one. Everyone low boost. Tricky, though. That's a big counterattack. Thought he caught jungle off their back line, but they get back in time. Power, big clear out, trying to relieve it off their defense. Torva gets a big beat in the midfield, big double tap. Lord Makes a defensive touch, though. Pressure staying close behind, trying to follow up his teammate. That 50 isn't going to allow him to, though. He collects it, stays in front, baits out Power, gets a 1v1, wins the 50. Goes right to both of the jungle players, though. Tricky still gets a beat on the ball. Torva passing out to the side while trying to find his teammate. Lord is there, though. Gives it close, fakes out Power. Trying to get it around 2, gets it. But Stratus with a big demo and keeps the lead to just 1 right now.
Oh, and now catch off the ceiling bounce. Led out by Prussia halfway through game 3 here. Jungle on the attack. Its ball's going to waterfall down, but Power flying by it. Lord faking it as well. And Stratus again just pushing it off the backboard, but they've picked up the 100. They're looking to find their teammates and then bump the defense here, clearing the way for Power's shot to be wide. And now Prussia, not much boost, can't clear it out. The Flyers still on the back foot. That's going to be a dangerous clear. Stratus will pass towards their team in the corner. Shot bouncing on the backboard again, but still not on target. Power in the air. Stratus cleared out by Prussia. A lot of chances from the jungle, just never in a dangerous spot. And maybe here, Stratus with the demo on the attacking player for the Flyers. It's a 2v3 for them, and they've lost possession now. Jungle taking this right back into the Flyers half. They beat the defense. Last man back. Can they get there? They do. What a touch from Lord, saving their team once again.
That was just, I saw the vision from Stratus. The wide open backboard, had the shot. He just didn't have enough boost. Went up, only had 10, couldn't get there in time, tried to leave it for his teammate. But again, this is a beautiful clearance. Now, Flyers looking to extend their lead. Prussia's shots just off the backboard. Tricky's follows there. 2 jungle players, though, read his touch. Power trying to look for a counter. That pinch doesn't go anywhere, though. Lord double isn't there. Torva does get the clear. It's right over to Prussia, though. It passes out the middle. Stratus beats everybody to the ball. Lord, touch up high. Pressure there for the follow. Tries to get the second. Does get the demo. 2 demos coming out, though. 1v1 play. Tricky taking his time. Stratus, absolutely no fear, though. Goes up insanely quickly. Dunks him. Power, touch soft, doesn't have enough boost to really get anything out of it. Prussia, same situation, does get it around 1. Doesn't get the beat on Torva, though, but it bounces dangerously out middle. Lord, electing to use the flip reset to try to stay in front of it, makes Power's touch a little bit more awkward. Double commit coming from Flyers, but they can afford to do that with a 1-goal lead. Lord, just looking to keep it in their half. They're just looking to try to keep possession, keep control of the game right now, just to try to win this one cleanly 2-1.
Oh, but now, once again, 1 man back. It's Prussia getting a save. Savior to their name. Pinched out now. It's Power back flipping on it. Tricky might look to punish here. Can't do so. Stratus turning this one around and gets beat. Lord and Tricky in the corner. 2v2. Can't beat Torva. It's Tricky again. Just goes for a shot on net. The defense are back flipping. Ball still in a dangerous spot. The Flyers players are taking this slow, though, and not punishing that. They're playing defensive. They're staying back. And now it's 0 seconds. They're in their own third once again, but Lord just got the beat. Tricky drops it down. The Flyers stay alive in this series.
That's just, I think their defense saw very rare double commits, and if it was, at least they got a good touch where Jungle couldn't really capitalize off of it. And look at the stats. I mean, Prussia with 3 saves. I think the defense from him just really kept him in this game, especially when his teammates didn't have any. But overall, you just see a lot more team play coming out from Flyers. Every single one of their players having the same amount of shots. All of their goals were off of assists. And look on the side of Jungle, was mostly Stratus on that offensive line. He was doing a lot of the transition plays. He was getting the defense, the offensive transitions with his mechanics, whatever he was doing on the ball, it was working. It's just sometimes his passes weren't finding the mark. Someone wasn't there, just not enough teammates upfield, and kind of just Flyers were, I think, just better in the transition from defense to offense. They didn't really get caught out too much. They always had someone, at least one person back. And when they did transition to offense, you saw Lord cheat upfield and get a bump on Torva. And I just didn't see a lot of kind of that offensive transition coming out from Jungle. I think that's what mainly held him back in that game. And Flyers, I think they're going to try to use this momentum to come back here in reverse sweep.
Yeah, 1 game at a time, 1 play at a time, and I have to say, the series really is turning into a real treat to watch. It's so close every game, the score never getting further away than a goal or 2, and both teams just making these nail-bitingly close shots on net, but desperate defense is what's keeping them afloat. So I hope we get 5 games. Well, first we gotta start with Game 4 and see who will score first. Now, historically, it's been the Jungle. Let's see if the Flyers can break that trend here as they continue their momentum. It's a passing play across the zone, and Torv will meet it on the other side, but cannot... Oh, actually, they managed to somehow get it past Tricky. A little bit of a whifty there in the corner. And so Lord will get a chance to slow dribble it down towards Prussia. See if they got some more in the tank here. That's a demo on Tricky. Now it's going to be a shot. Lord last back, saved out now by the Flyers.
I thought that one was surefire goal, but Lord was hiding behind the ball from my POV. Gets the save in that shot. I mean, if it was placed anywhere else, he would have had to make so much more of an effort on that, but still just pressure nonetheless. But it doesn't last very long. Tricky, that touch gets it around 2, pops up high, makes it awkward for the jungle, wasting so much boost to clear this ball. Prussia shot, top right, puts it past the defender, and they take the lead here in game 4.
Their first shot is golden here. Nice play there from Prussia, reading the side bounce, and the defense gave them a lot of space, and they tuck it away top right corner. You love to see that. This kickoff could be important. We've seen some pretty hard wins so far. This one goes towards Tricky, just shoots it, and the defense caught out of position. A little surprised by that one, but for the Flyers, you take those.
And you said historically, at least in the series, it's been jungle scoring, but historically for the season, it's been anybody besides jungle. I mean, I don't.
Why you gotta do them like that?
I mean, I don't really know what to say. They had, I mean, it was a 1-goal game in game 3. They wanted to put it away. They had the lead in game 3, and I'm not saying the series is over, but right now in game 2, it looks to be getting at least a little out of hand. Stratus almost shuts me up really quickly there. CarSoccer's not finding its way through, neither will his double tap. Prussia, his offense. A little bit scary. Lord, that's really nice slow play. Gets a defender. Both of these players having 0 boost. Prussia staying behind the ball. Gives it to Tricky. Can't get out of the way of the play, though. Leaves Lord awkward. Torva, shot not finding its way. Lord getting in the way of it. Big boom counterattack. Prussia with a beautiful 50. Throws the bump, but that Lord goes missing on the touch, and they have 1 less goal to their name, but it won't matter as Jungle still have yet to put up 1 on the board.
There are so many balls just flying across the net here. Prussia should be able to put this one away. They do so. Finally, an open net is tucked in. Prussia, their second of the game. Now moving the Flyers up 3-0. That's the biggest lead we've seen so far this series.
Yeah, and I mean, how unfortunate would it be for Jungle? They take Mankato to game 5, they lose. They have a 2-goal, they take that momentum that they had, they regain. They're not too worried about their season, they're not too worried about their record. And they try to take that momentum and go into this series. They look good, they go 2-0 up, they have Flyers on their back foot. Now all of a sudden, it's slipping. It's game 4. They could have tucked it away a game ago. They could be tucking away this one, but 4 goals with just above half the game left. I don't know. They're gonna have to find something.
Yeah, I don't know if the replay can capture that, by the way, Ori, but Prussia was literally dribbling Stratus out of their own net there to clear the way for the shot. So they're winning the passes, they're winning the shots, and they're winning in the physical play. Starting to be a dominating performance here from the Flyers. Still the Jungle, they have to keep that in mind. They do have a game cushion here. They just got to resettle and get the momentum back because, as you said, that definitely is a shadow in the back of their minds. You've already lost 1 game 5, and you do not want to lose a second game 5, especially in reverse sweep, especially when you have the series on lock. So, what will the Jungle bring out here in the closing 2 minutes of game 4? Because right now it's the Flyers. Oh boy, showing the Jungle how it's done, making saves on the wrong half, and now ball's gonna waterfall in. Okay, we take those, I guess.
I mean, yeah, they gotta go rob, but this one, I mean, where's the defense? Torvik was missing. Stratus just doesn't follow behind the ball. Howard was out getting boost. I mean, that was a good bang, but there was 3 defenders back from that POV. I don't know how that one got through. I mean, the only way that it seemed Jungle has denied a goal is if it's players themselves denying a goal. And I sometimes it's, you know, game to game, sometimes they get away from you, but Jungle have just come up empty on everything they've done so far. Nothing's worked on either ends of the field, and it's just Flyers getting individual outplays on their 1v1s, getting team outplays when it comes to passing. Their defense looks more structured. As I say that, pressure absolutely goes flying past the ball. Pop out middle. Doesn't find anything, but I mean, yeah, I think Jungle just need to get their grasp. They just need to, GG's go next. I know it's a minute left, but it's technically possible, but I just don't see it. I think they just need to regain. They need to ignore the fact that they could have won the series already. They just need to go in and take it into Game 5. They just need to play like they did in Game 1s and 2. They just need to regain. And I think if they do that, they can at least not be beaten out by 5 goals.
Yeah, I mean, really, when the Flyers were down 2-0, it was their job to take it one game at a time, one play at a time, right? Don't focus on the big picture and just think about the next play. And now I say it's the Jungle's job to do that because, yeah, this Game 4 has just been the most one-sided this whole series. We've got more goals in this game than the first 2 games combined.
Yeah.
Or I should say the same amount as the first 2 games combined. So the Jungle, they got to iron out those solo plays because, as you said, once they do that, then they can get those team plays back in cohesion.
Yeah, I think if they can just follow more, they have a lot of potential with solo plays with Torva and Stratus. They just need to have someone there to follow them up. Won't make it 6-0. Tricky still trying to find it, but it won't. It'll just hit the ground, and Flyers absolutely dominating performance in Game 4. They don't want to fall to the lower half of the pack. They want to go up. They want to be in top 6. They want to be in major contention. And asking for another server reset, maybe asking for a server reset might have been the reason why maybe they were just lagging, but we'll see. I don't know. I think maybe that server reset will affect their mental. I think that's a good regain. Just kind of take a break. You're not swinging. You can take, as we saw from last server reset, it took a lot of time to get back into it. Taking maybe an extra minute or two, kind of finessing the system. Kind of pulling a typical, hey, my controller broke on kickoff. We need to reset it.
I mean, any advantage you can get at this point.
Yeah, I mean. They're gonna need it because that was absolutely ridiculous from Flyers. They were that game was absolutely crazy. And like you said, kind of out of nowhere. It was 1-goal games aside from that Game 1 where Flyers didn't even score. So all of a sudden it just go 5-0. Even if Stratus individually is having some internet issues, he still has 2 other teammates, and I think that's more than enough to at least keep it close. Yeah, I think that Jungle just need the mental regain because I think they're jumping in here quick. They're ready. Everyone's jumping in here quick. They're ready to get in this Game 5, and so are we. We are was stream 1. Don't think it was a Game 5, but right now we are 2 for 3. We're 2 for 3 on Game 5s. Last one went to an OT, and Tricky already starting off beautiful angle from the corner, using the clear to his own advantage. Everybody on Jungle backing off from that, no one able to follow it. And all of a sudden, that's going to be huge. I understand that there's still almost the entire game left, but a 1-goal cushion to start off, that's just beautiful. And it might be another one, how we're not letting it get out of hand, though.
Yeah, I was going to say literally the same thing there, Ori. When you get blown out 5-0, the opening 2 minutes really matter in the series here because that's when you can try and get something back, and that's when you can, that's actually let you get the reset in momentum. Even if you're not in the lead in the series, even if you're not in the lead in the game, you at least are at a better footing than you were the last time around. So the Jungle, you got to see them score quickly here in these next minute or so, or else I think they're going to start getting pretty desperate as they try and catch up to the deficit.
Yeah, Stratus, solo play, shut down by Lord, pre-jumping off the ceiling. Torva up to the sidewall, doesn't get it here on anybody. Nobody on Flyers biting on any of the control plays from Jungle. They're just letting them play themselves out into the side, into the midfield, letting them waste their boost. They're holding their line. They're going to take this 1-goal lead, and they're going to ride it all the way to 0 seconds. Maybe making it 2 here, offensive pressure starting. No one there for the follow, looking to play close. Torva with a big demo, runs out of boost. Out Tricky, big clearance. Doesn't get the beat on power. That's a huge 50. Lord goes missing. No one there to threaten. Still no one there. Torva finally making the challenge. He gets beat. Stratus. Beautiful 50. A little bit of offense starting out from jungle, but it's quickly denied as that demo stops any rotation from coming in. Shot, faking, finds two defenders, jumping, and finds the goal. Lord absolutely annihilating the defense. He just sat behind the ball and let him fly past it. Absolute menace of a play. The gullet on this guy to go for that in a game 5 is bonkers.
Wow, man, Tricky created some chaos, and Lord capitalized. This is actually gonna be a kickoff goal. Oh, Power pinching this off their own backboard. Thankfully, or else it would have been down 3-0. Now maybe a chance here. No 50 back the other way. It's Lord once again trying to push this off the backboard. Can't do so. Tricky will just look for a shot here, and some bumps on the defense. The Flyers, they know the jungle needs some momentum back, and they're just bullying them. But now responding in kind are the jungle. Some physical plays here, clearing the way for Power to pass it for Torva, but Prussia's there first. It's Stratus taking things slow and just gets bumped off the ball again. This physical play is being huge for the Flyers, and they're capitalizing almost again. Halfway through game 5, still up 2-0, but if this pressure continues, they're going to score a third and a fourth and just keep scoring.
Yeah, I mean, that hasn't just woken up at least a little bit. They've had at least some threatening opportunities, especially compared to last game. They're just not finding the net. Right now, Flyers are finding the demos, they're finding the open nets. Tricky, I think that was not a misplay. I think he's just trying to buy time. They realize they're up 2-0, they don't need to play aggressive, but Jungle do, and that's a big demo coming out. Forces Lord, go up for the ball, bounce up middle. Tricky, not being phased by it, gets it around Torva. Power collects it, gets it around Tricky. Stratus now follow, tops, high backboard, no one there. Waterfall down, shot denied by Tricky on the back line. And they stay alive, keeping their 2-goal lead.
Oh, that would have been such a play to bring this back within 1. Still, though, they've got some pressure. They just got to get it in a slot where they can put it on net and beat the defense, because right now they just keep getting it pushed back and towards their own corners and third. Torva kind of saucing this one away as Prussia with the back pass does put it right up to Tricky's nose. In the corner against Stratus, will just pull off the ball to go for some physical plays, but it's for Prussia now with a 0 boost, now going for a pass. Ball still in the jungle corner. 90 seconds left to go here. Stratus trying to find something, but the Flyers are just not letting them escape from the jungle.
And the Flyers, especially when they're back passing it, they look so confident. Orva goes absolutely missing on that ball. They needed that one. It was just Prussia back. If they found that passing play, I'm pretty sure it was a surefire goal. Now all of a sudden they do get some offense deal here. 2v2, flick over to Torva. Torva putting it high. Shot's just soft though, and every single defensive player on the Flyers is there. Follow-up doesn't find its way. Stratus gets a beat, puts it off, stealing. Shot, not there. Prussia getting in the way. And every single second ticks by is another second wasted where they don't get a goal, they don't get an offensive opportunity. It's just been shut down from the Flyers, and that'll do it. An absolute dagger from Prussia to make it 3-0 with only 40 seconds left.
Yeah, Prussia really just drove up to that and said, hey, I'm going to shoot this on your net. Nothing you can do about it. Now up 3-0. We really just got to see the jungle go for a kickoff play here and try and find something. The ball's going to leak out towards Tricky, though, and this could be another chance for the Flyers to grow their lead further. It's Torva with a dribble now. 1v3, trying to dodge the demos to get a flick at the same time. They do get the touch off, but it's into the Flyers' corner. The jungle passing plays just not finding any good connections and keep getting steered away to safe spots.
Just feels like they're too slow, they're too floaty. They're hitting it in a way where, yeah, they're going to make connections with the ball, but it's so readable from the defensive end. At least they keep it less out of hand. But, I mean, what's that going to matter? If you win 1-0 or lose 3-0, you lose game 5, you lose the series, you lose all your points. And Flyers, from the ashes, complete this reverse sweep in absolute dominating fashion in the last 2 games. Bring it all the way back in. A little bit of a stat line. They went 8 goals. Flyers had 8 goals. Jungle had 8 of them unanswered. They went 2 games without, I was getting on Flyers. They didn't score in game 1. Jungle didn't score for 2 games straight. And regardless of what ping issues, server, I mean, that's just rough. And I mean, I can't, I don't want to harp on it too bad because I mean, I'm in a rough spot with both teams I've been on in Rising Star so far. I'm in the bottom half of the league. not going well, and I feel terrible after losing. I cannot imagine how it feels when you have not won a game this season yet, and you're up 2-0. You're about to sweep a team, and they come back and reverse sweep you. Like that.
Yep. Yeah,
They already made a. I mean, yeah.
it's
That's
a
just
tough spot to be in. It's really tough to be in, and credit to the Flyers, right? They did maintain a solid mental. They came back from that 2-0 deficit, like you were saying. And I mean, for the Jungle, you really just got to look for the bright spots in this series. They were up 2-0. They were up a goal in Game 3. They had the chance to close out the series. They let the Flyers get back into a system. So if they want to do some replay reviews, if they want to keep practicing, work on the advantages they built in the first couple games, they can still challenge some of these teams later in the season. And maybe even if they don't have the best season, obviously you want them to play their best. They can still play spoiler to some teams above them if they can keep improving.
Yeah, and I think what they just need to focus on right now is they just need to focus on getting at least one game a week. Because, I mean, especially with the way this format is, you don't need to win 2-0 just to make land, which I think at the end of the, it doesn't really matter too much whether you place first or if you win the major. It matters how you perform on land, and if you can just get to land, I think that's what your goal is. And especially with this format, if you just go even, because a lot of teams that are in the bottom half of the league aren't even. They're losing records. So if you just go even, I think you have a really good shot at getting back into at least the middle pack of the league and making it into a play-in spot.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Jungle, though, that's their missions this week done, and that's our third game of the night. But we still have a fourth match for y'all's entertainment. We're gonna be thrown to a quick break, though. So when we come back, it'll be the Duluth Superiors and the Minneapolis Miracles. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to MCS, the Minnesota Championship Series, our final match of the night. Got a lot of games so far, and we've got hopefully 5 more for you to enjoy. I'm still Cerso. This is still Ari, and yeah, we made it here after 2 5-game series. I don't know how you're doing, Ari. You've been casting a lot tonight. Hopefully, you're not. Hopefully, you're not too exhausted.
I'm hungry, and I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta go to work. I gotta wake up at like 9:45 in the morning, and it's already almost 9 p.m. now. And I still want a little bit of free time. I still want to play Rocket League. I do cast it, but I also play it. I do enjoy playing the game. Unfortunately, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been a long day. But I put my name on the sheet. I want to be here. I want to cast, and I'm gonna do it. And this is, I mean, compared to some other streams, this isn't actually that bad, especially when you have to cast at 11 p.m. on a weekend.
Yep.
It could be worse. It could be worse. We could be an hour and a half behind schedule, as happened before.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, looking at this matchup, we have the Superiors versus the Miracles, and I already talked about Superiors. They lost game 5 OT off of just a misplay from 40 at 40 seconds. I don't know what it is with that guy in 40 seconds. He scored a game 7 winner in Rising Star at 40 seconds, and lost the game 5 OT at 40. Something with that. It's just fate, I guess. But on the other side, the Miracles, we have Bladot, Jtron, and Flamethrower. And Flamethrower was flaming you from having 2 pop filters on your microphone earlier in the chat. So, which you do. I mean, I can't really blame that, because you have absolutely no interference going on with your microphone whenever you make a P or a S sound. So
it is
props to you,
out of habit. I will not feel judged for this. It is just out of habit. And we'll have to see what happens. The players have, because like you said, it's getting kind of late here. Maybe we're getting sleepy, maybe they got work, but we'll have to see what they can bring to the field. We want to see energy, and 17 seconds in, we get that from the Superiors. And
Burf putting in his work right here. More of 40. That's a beautiful pass. Gets around 2. Burf just absolute missile at the net. No way any Miracles defender is going to get back in time for that. And talk about the standings for a little bit. I know I kind of already talked about the rosters, but I mean, like I said, Duluth middle pack team, and Miracles a top 3 team right now. So if Duluth can come out of this week with a tie, they can put themselves in top 6 contention, and they can drop Miracles down into that same area as they are. They can climb. They can start climbing up to top 3. So this is really big for both teams, because as I'm tabbed out, Burf puts another one in.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting one to come so soon, but Superior's just coming out hot. They want revenge. They want to make sure that they come away with a win in this week.
Yeah, Lasky just kind of got caught on top of the net there. You saw him going for the squishy save, just a bit too early, so the attacking player was able to read it, but we're going back their way. It's Burf again here. Touch off the backboard. Oh, what a save from Jtron. Ball still in a dangerous spot, now cleared out by Jtron. Okay, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3. Oh, wow. It's just in.
Isn't Blaski Rising Star? I thought that was Blakester. I got their name mixed up. I thought that was Blakester, and I looked over it, but no. I think Blaski's a 3rd round Rising Star pick. So yeah, this will be very interesting to see what Miracles can do with this. Kind of just an unfortunate sub, but I know he's really good at enabling his team, and right now he doesn't look to be getting too outsped to the ball. Flamethrower going down the field, doesn't really find anything from it. 40 takes a challenge on the sidewall. Blaski just getting in the way. Randy Nut does beat Flamethrower. Jason decides to play backwards, leaves the shot open, but Blaski filling in. 40 shot off the mark, and yeah, like I said, I was not aware that Blaski. I just read it as Blakester, and I'm like, oh, going.
Yeah.
Nope, it's a 3rd round Rising Star pick.
There's a lot of Blakes though in MCS, so I can't fault you for getting a little mixed up here as it's Rainy Nuts shot, 50'd out. Perf looking for two here in the corner, gets the second touch. They center it, but their teammates aren't there because they're chasing Demos in the back of the net. And now it's the Miracles breaking out, attacking the Superiors in their own corner, putting this out the backboard. Is the finish here? Not quite yet. Whoa, some interesting connections. But now it's going to get carried out by Rainy Nut, pushed back in by J-Tron. 2:49 left to go here. The Superiors still up by one and just sending long bombs downrange on the Miracles net.
Yeah, and I think regardless of how individually the sub plays, it's just going to have a big effect on comms and rotations, just not getting used to each other. If Miracles can pull this out, it'll definitely show why they are a top 3 team and why they deserve to stay in that spot. And if on the other end, it's kind of the same situation we had earlier where it's like, it's kind of just, it was Flyers series to lose. They ended up not doing it. And right now it's kind of Duluth series to lose. You know, they went down and they lost their series earlier today, and they have a chance to even it back up. And if they don't, I mean, that's just rough because they could have an opportunity to go up further in the standings by a big margin. Every team is so close in record. And I mean, but it would definitely, I think it's more of a showing if they don't win of just how strong those two players on Miracles are.
Oh, what a fake play. The shot from Rainy. Oh, saved by J-Tron on the pre-jump. Does clear that one out here. Now a quick counterattack for the Miracles. Pushing this off the backboard is 40, but J-Tron will go for a bouncer. Draws out a double commit from the Superiors, who are now attacking their way back. Burf on the backboard, beat out by Rainy Nut off the crossbar. Superiors move up 3-1.
Could not have placed that any better. Bar down and in. Absolute slot. There's nothing two defenders on the goal line, absolutely nothing you can do. The shot's too fast, can't react to it. It's placed too well, can't reach it in time. All you have to do is just sit there and watch it going into your goal at that point. And
yeah,
Duluth, comfortable 2-goal cushion right now with just a minute left in the game. See what they can do here, and see what Rainy can do here with a big clear downfield. J-Tron trying to start a counter-attack. It's a big contest. Burf in the midfield, leaves it for 40, puts it back to Burf. Not enough boost to get a beat on the ball, but 40 stays on. Goes to the backboard. Rainy filling in. A little bit congested right now for Miracles. They look a little bit bunched up, look a bit slowed down, but that's not going to last long. Blazing with a huge bang. Pass. Doesn't quite find its mark. That demo. J-Tron spawning on the ball. Bit of a miscommunication. 40 leaves it for his team, trying to get back in time. Burf playing a bit upfield, but ends up working out. Bounces down middle. That's a very unfortunate 50, but 40's back. Going to control this one in his corner. Can't control it. Bounce a bit too chaotic. Burf 15. I think Miracles, Duluth Superiors right now are fine with playing a defensive line as long as they can take this win out in game 1.
That save, I think that ball was almost across the goal line, but it comes through. Now another attack for the Miracles. Passing play, Burf with the savior. A monstrous game 1 performance here, and I think that's enough for them to take the win. Certainly now it's impossible to close this one out for the Miracles, so Superiors will move up 1-0 off a massive performance from Burf.
Yeah, and there's a reason why he won Challenger. I think he was one of the best defensive players on that team. So definitely going to show why he top Challenger last season, why he's going to try to stay on top this season. And yeah, I just can't really ask anymore. If you look at the saves on Miracles, though, they had a lot of defense, but just very little offense. And
Yeah,
I think they
just did the quick math. They saved every shot that wasn't in, actually. So it was nine shots from the Superiors, 6 saves for the Miracles. So yeah, the 3. So actually, the Miracles were getting back. It's just in terms of quantity, it was just too much to handle from the Superiors.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be a defensive-sided team. That's kind of the role that you fall into when you're getting outsped as a team collectively, or outskilled really. You try to fall into more of that defensive line. You try to make sure that you're not getting caught up, and you're just trying to bait out the faster team. And it hasn't worked for them so far. They had shots, they just weren't finding the mark. You speak about Burf had a good defense performance, 40 with a good goal line save. But a lot of their saves were kind of more in the speed of play. They were kind of just rotating back in net and were just there in the right time. But a lot of Miracles' saves were kind of just sitting there camping on the goal line, waiting for it. And yeah, they got the save, but they didn't really prevent it from going in the net. You know what I mean? Like, you get the stop, but you don't stop it from going in. You get the temporary save, but you know your team's awkward, slow, and it just you can't keep it out forever.
You always got to be careful at this rank of the speed these players are bringing that your saves are always just in a comfortable spot here as Burf uncomfortable puts it off their own backboard, unpunished though. And first minute gone by, no goals for either side. A low boost attempt at an air dribble will get punished by Jatron. Backflipping flamethrower now a doink in from the Superiors on the counterattack. That's just going to roll in bottom left corner. The Rainy Nut leading the transition, somehow finding the back of the net.
That's a beautiful, slotted shot. Flamethrower was definitely getting that if it was anywhere else in the net. That's good counterattack from Duluth, who are kind of on a streak with goals right now. They have a good handful of them in a row unanswered right now from Miracles. Miracles only really scoring early on in that game one, haven't really done anything since. And now Burf trying to make it a higher total, puts it in and off the post, and Blazeke's just kind of caught awkward in the middle of the net.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I don't think they were expecting. Yeah, they weren't. I don't think they were expecting the velocity in that. And then they also heard Rainy Nut sneaking up behind them and tried to dodge the demo. Just sensory overload, and the Superiors take another 2-goal lead.
Double 50s coming out in the midfield. Rainy Nut getting beat. Flamethrower off the ceiling to himself. Doesn't quite get the follow. Burf now hovers in front of the ball, saying threatening. Jatron tries it himself off the sidewall. 40's there. Doesn't have enough boost for the follow. Rainy, huge beat off the ceiling. Leaves it for Burf. Bit of a miscommunication. That could have been their third. And all players dive in now. Big counterattack opportunity. All Blazeky does have to do is put this on target. But second time follow-up shot denied. It's not denied. I thought Burf had to save. Flamethrower secures the goal. That shot just a bit weak, 40. And that's what it's going to take. There can't be any margin for error. Even if it feels like it's open, it's not. Someone's getting back in time. And they can't hold on, but they can hold on to this lead.
I really thought 40 just shut out the Miracles there, but they're able to punish now, get a play off of kickoff. It's right off the Superior's backboard, and they're getting demoed and drawing each other out in awkward defensive rotations. No time to settle, though, as it's maintained pressure from the Miracles. Shots, double commits now from the Superiors. Can the Miracles punish this? A bit too slow on the dribble, and now they're on the back foot. Rainy Nut will go for a demo play, leaving Burf just an open net here, but they can't get around it off the goalpost. And now it's the Miracles' chance to respond.
A lot less clean than I think the Miracles would like it to be. That double tap. Flamethrower up high and down into the top of the net. Across the entire defensive line. All three players getting beat by this play. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful from Flamethrower. You cannot ask for anything better. Bar down, double tap. Oh my goodness. And,
I don't know if you saw it, Ari, but Burf landing from his clear bumped Rainy Nut out of the way. An unfortunate landing clears out his own teammate, and that's why they didn't have anyone back to get the save. That's it. What? Rainy!
Top left off the dunk. 40 laying this one out in the midfield. Flamethrower just couldn't get in time. He was too awkward. Rainy Nut. Big response from a big goal, and they still keep their 1-goal lead.
I had so much faith in defense to clear it out there. I just was not expecting that one. Rainy quickly taking the lead back for the Superiors, taking the win on the Miracles' sails as they finally get the comeback. And now on the kickoff again on the back foot. Defense, attackers, everyone's flying by it. And with 2 minutes left to go here, this game is heating up.
You're not feeling some physical pressure. Dodges it though. Now he has a counterattack. Beautiful 50, wins it, gets it past Blazeky. But he doesn't bite on it, stays behind the ball, takes it, controlled touch. Gets a bump on Burf. Jatron now shot. That's just a roller at the defense. 40 controls, gets it past one. Blazeky now just making it as awkward. I love the way Blazeky's playing the ball. He knows that these players are more skilled than him. He knows that if he starts playing faster, he's just going to get beat to it. So he's just playing in an awkward spot. He's just making it as difficult as possible for the offense to get it around him, and it's working out so well. And it's denied them so many attacks where I feel like if he challenged earlier, if he played faster, he would have just gone around him.
Yeah, I mean, the Miracles are actually winning in shots this game here. 5-3, Superior's 100% shooting accuracy. So we'll have to see if they can maybe get a fourth or fifth one. First, they got to get out of their own third. It's a backwards Rainy Nut pushing this one at the J-Tron off the sidewall and gets dumped back into the Miracles end. Rainy Nut, a demo on the third, but they should spawn in time to get back for the defense. And a bouncer across the Miracles net goes unpunished. Pushed back in. I mean, with the Superiors up by a goal, they don't need any more. They just got to keep possession, maintain pressure, and really not let the Miracles find anything. A touchdown towards Burf here. A beautiful passing play. The Superiors are 4 for 4.
Such a smart play from 40. He elects just to tap it away from the defense. J-Tron absolutely lost in the air. Burf putting it, just saluting it in the one little hole that opened up from that play. And, I mean... yeah, I was saying it looked a little less clean. Oh! Okay, I was about to say it looked a little less clean from the Superiors, but that looked to be really good play from them. And then as soon as I can't even begin. So last time I casted, I was getting caster curses mid-sentence, and now I can't even begin my sentence without something happening. So I want to know where it's going to get to the point where it happens before I even think about saying something. But then at that point, is it even a caster curse? Because I wasn't even, I wasn't even going to say anything, but...
there's definitely a meta to cast a curse thing, but thankfully this 8th kickoff goes uneventful. And so with 20 seconds, as the Superiors up by 1, Blaski awkward will get punished by 40, shot wide, Flamethrower clearing it out into a pass play. Burf will catch it and go for a dribble, gets punished. And now it's Rainy Nut just trying to rotate out and leave it for 40. The Miracles are dumping the ball away, but they're still down, and shots are coming in for the Superiors from whack angles, almost making it work. And now with 0 seconds left, we're into extracurriculars, and they do not manage to keep the ball up. The Superiors will close out a nail-biting game 2.
And, it's been 1-goal games each time, but in overall control, aside from Superiors is honestly, in my opinion, kind of par for the course. Not saying it's okay, but par for the course double commits that we've seen. Mm-hmm. They haven't been making any major mistakes anywhere else in their game. Their offense, they're a more offensively sided team anyways. So the fact that their offense is so potent, like you said, 100% shot accuracy. I mean, that is, and it's not like they weren't trying shots. They were trying shots. It's just every time they got one off, it was a slot. It was on target. And I mean, you can't, that's just so hard. I mean, you can have all the pressure and you can, if you go, 3 for 12, like, oh, we scored 3 goals, but when they go 4 for 4, all they need is 4 attacks and that's it. I mean, that's, that's, I just think that, Miracles, this isn't out of reach for him. I really hope we don't get another reverse sweep because I have not eaten dinner yet. So I really want to eat food. So I pray to God that we don't have to go for another reverse sweep. I also want 40 to win, because he was my teammate last season. I'm not even gonna try to pretend I don't have bias because I do. But yeah, I think.
You were just talking about caster cursing, and now you're asking for it to not be a reverse sweep. That's a dangerous game you're playing here, Ori.
It wouldn't be entertaining without a little bit of stakes, and I'm confident enough that, you can chalk some off. You can chalk some off to some intuition or outside forces like fate or luck or curses. But I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes some team is just better than the other, and no amount of caster cursing is going to change that. 40. Okay, never mind. I've cursed it. There's no way.
Pace and point here as a solo play gets turned aside by the goalpost. As Superiors with some early pressure here in Game 3.
I mean, they have early pressure, and it's been 1-goal games, like I said, but I think just overall, what it is it's just the Superiors look like a better overall team, and this is a lot easier to say when Miracles are playing with the sub that they have, but Blaski so far has been really is solid of a player.
Oh.
He's stepped up majorly in this higher paced lobby. He's doing smart challenges. His offense just isn't there though. That flick doesn't go anywhere. 40 fakes it. Beautiful play. And Burf just finds the open floater downfield at the net.
That such an interesting attack from the Miracles. Like, they were getting a lot of demos, but they were sacrificing physical play for solid positioning there. And you saw right before Burf's shot, Miracles actually cut each other off there and turn a shot opportunity into a weird pass to no one, and the Superiors punished that. So the Miracles got to clean up that attack. They're getting into the third. They're getting into position. They're just, kind of messing it up at the end, unfortunately.
Yeah, and they can. I mean, that's what it was last game. That shot percentage was really low compared to the loose, which was at 100%. They just need to find the back of the net. They have the opportunities. They're just not capitalizing. And especially when you're just losing 1-goal games, when it's that close, I mean, that's just got it. That has to be the factor. It's just that finish, and that's at the end of the day the most important thing. You can do the best mechanical play you've ever done in your life. You can get a quad reset, and it's around the entire team. But if it's just a little tap at the net and it allows people to get back, they can save it. It doesn't matter how good the transition is. You have to put it on the net. You got to place it. You got to shoot it. You got to finish it.
Yeah, and I mean, halfway through game 3 here, the Miracles don't have any shots yet. They haven't even gotten it. Like, they've been in the Superiors third, I'd say, half this game, and they just haven't been able to put it on net or put it in a threatening spot here. And now, as we pass the halfway point, Flamethrower might find the first, but it's a soft shot and just gets cleared out by the defense, who are ready and waiting to find that one. A passing play the other way. It's J-Tron on the backboard. Awkward touch, and the Superiors not fast enough to punish. Now need to rotate back and get into position on defense as J-Tron looks to carry it, can't get through Rainy Nut.
Beautiful play from Rainy Nut, being patient on that flip reset shot, but that's just so slow. 40 gets back in time with no boost and gets the save. Burf now trying to keep it in their half. Rainy Nut, beautiful 50 Burf. Allows him to stay on the ball. Gets beat. Blaski around 1, doesn't get it around the second. Leaves it 40. Pop up. The nice 50. J-Tron's there to capitalize. Blaski causing some commotion on the goal line. Almost finds the net. But still, not one has fallen for them yet. Bit of a bump play coming back in the corner. A sidewall, finally, a shot might come through. Oh my goodness, how does that not find its way in? It was open, there was nobody there for so long. How does that not find its way through?
Oh man, desperate saves, the name of the game here in the last few seconds, few plays from the Miracles. 80 seconds left to go here. Still only down by 1. They just need a single opportunity, but it might be 2 here. Ford can get a good connection. Can't do so. Defense cycling back in time, and J-Tron looks for 2. Can't find it. Rainy Nut will center it for Burf. And a double commit from the Miracles here in the closing minutes of possibly the series. Are just getting chaotic, getting out of control here, and getting demoed in their own corner here.
Yeah, and then like I said, it's still a 1-goal game as of right now. But I mean, when you're 0 for 4, and you botched basically what was just a sitter on the net. Like, you can be, oh, it was close, we had him, but like, why was it close? You're just missing your open nets. I mean, that's just basic Rocket League at that point. There's nothing complicated, there's no team mechanic to it. You just couldn't put it away. And they still have time left to put one away. Flamethrower almost puts one into his own net. Bounces off the post, and it doesn't find its way through. Easy clear for 40. Gives him space in the air. Not quite. Flamethrower up quick. Blaski trying to pass this off to the corner. Burf. Good eye. Sees it. Goes missing. But he baits out the physical play. And it's not able to find his way through the middle. Rainy Nut taking as much time as he can on the ball. Trying to stop the clock. 2 seconds left. It's floating helplessly into the corner. Burf collects it on the sidewall. Has control. Pops it out towards the net. And that'll be the series. Duluth taking it in 3 games. This was, I think, the first series we saw where it was all 1-goal games, but one team just found themselves on the right end of the stick, I guess, and Superiors with a sweep.
Yeah, definitely one of those series where the series score doesn't say how close the games were, but in the end, the Superiors just had better finishing, more cohesive plays, and the Miracles, you saw some very bright points there that you can definitely see why they are one of the top teams right now in the standings. But gotta clean it up there, especially in those high pressure situations, because they had the opportunity to tie this game up and they let it get away from them.
Yeah. And I think that you can't be too hard on him because Blaski, I think for what he is, he played more than expected in a challenge. This, especially this, I mean, you have some of the this is one of the fastest challenger teams with 40 Rainy and Burp on it, and to be able to like keep up, and he held his defensive line for you. The way he played the ball when he was close to it, he didn't panic. He stayed calm. He made it awkward. I really liked that out of him, but as a team, it was just the finishes just weren't there. The shots just weren't. They came. I didn't say they didn't come through because they did, but they just didn't. They weren't in the net. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. If you put the ball in the net, you win the game.
Yeah. And I mean, every game, as you said, 1-goal games, very close shooting numbers, not close shooting percentages sometimes though. So yeah, credit to the sub, Blaski doing good work there, and also special credit to the Superiors, a sweep. That is what you want to see at this point in the season. That gives you a lot of momentum going forward. And I gotta say, what an interesting night this has been though, right? We start with a sweep, back-to-back Game 5 bangers, and then we finish with a sweep. That was a lot of Rocket League.
The law of averages, I guess. It's just the way it goes. And I mean, yeah, that's the way Rocket League is sometimes. You know, you get swept 3-0, but it's all 1-goal games, and it's like, it's kind of that awkward moment, like we said, when you lose a Game 5. It's like, oh, it's right there, but you don't get anything. You get 0 points, and you have the feeling of, oh, it was close, blah blah blah. But even in a thing like that, where it's like, oh, it was close, but then it shows up as a sweep, and it's such a mixed feeling.
Yeah, and well, a night of mixed feelings, triumph for some, disappointment for others, but that is it for us tonight. The MCS will be continuing tomorrow, be going up to our Premier Division, kicking off with the Fargo Steelhawks and the Green Bay Knights. But that is it for us tonight. So I just want to say thank you, MCS, for having me. Ori, it was a real pleasure casting with you, and also shout out to Stewie in the booth and for casting those first couple games. And yeah, I guess, Ori, any closing words to take us out?
I'm gonna go with my food.
Gotta go get his food. Hey, what better things to do?